Hello parents, I am Mrs. Datta Gupta, Communicator Lakshmipat Singhani Academy, and I am here to give you guidance on supporting children and their well-being during this pandemic. And as all of us know that this is indeed an unprecedented time for all of us, especially for children who face an enormous disruption in their lives. uh, Children are likely to be experiencing worry, anxiety, and fear, though most of the time they are unable to express themselves. But they are exposed to the news, and also when they hear the adults discussing about this pandemic, uh, they are quite aware and are worried. So it is important for us to take care of their mental health at this particular time and give them all the support that they require from us. What you need to know about coronavirus. Coronavirus outbreak is affecting everyone's daily lives. This is indeed a very difficult time for children and young people, and it is important that you take care of your family's mental health. The protection of children and family members is particularly important. Precautions are necessary to prevent the potential spread of COVID-19. It is important to remember that COVID-19 does not differentiate between borders, ethnicities, disability status, age, or gender. Children and young people are global citizens, powerful agents of change, and the next generation of caregivers, scientists, and doctors. Any crisis presents the opportunity to help them learn, cultivate compassion, and increase resilience while building a safer and more caring community. Having information and facts about coronavirus will help them diminish fears and anxieties around the disease and support their ability to cope with any secondary impacts in their lives. The purpose of this is to provide a clear and actionable guidance for safe operations through the prevention and control of COVID-19. Education can encourage students to become advocates for disease prevention and control at home and in school and in their community by talking to others about how to prevent the spread of virus. So stay home and maintain social distancing. So I will quickly take you through the everyday precautions that we must follow so that we can stop spreading this virus. The first thing that we need to do is develop washing of hands uh, frequently with soap and water or a hand rub or a sanitizer, and especially if you are uh, coughing or sneezing, uh, or if you're taking care of a sick person, or you are preparing a meal for the family, and also of course if you have visibly dirty hands, and if you are a pet lover, uh, and if you're handling animals, you need to wash your hands frequently with soap and water. And not only us, we have to make sure that our children get into a regular habit of washing their hands frequently with soap or water or a hand sanitizer for that matter. And preferably the time is 20 seconds of hand wash, which is recommended by the WHO. So we have to encourage our children to do the same, because as we all know, children, they are very playful. They touch various objects, and they are not very careful when they are sneezing or if they are touching any particular object. So we have to make sure that they are extra cautious during this time, because they have a tendency to put their hands in their mouth, or they rub their eyes, or put their hands in their nose. That's how the virus goes into the body. So we need to make them aware as well, so that we can stop this deadly virus. So we come to the next point, where we have to encourage children and adults to wear masks. Before putting on a mask, clean hands with your alcohol based hand rub or soap and water. And we have to wear the mask in such a way that it covers the mouth and the nose, and that there are no gaps between your face and the mask. And we also have to avoid touching the mask while using it, and if you do, you have to clean your hands with a sanitizer, and replace the mask with a new one as soon as it is damp. There is no point to wash it and dry it and reuse it. It will be of no use. So it is better, if it is damp, it is better to throw it in a closed bin. And when coughing or sneezing, uh, you have to cover your mouth with your flexed elbow, as it is shown in this picture. So, and why do we need to do that? Is because when someone sneezes or coughs, they spray these small liquid droplets from their nose or mouth, which may contain the virus. So if you're too close to the person, you might just breathe in that droplet, and which might make you fall sick. Also, you have to try to avoid uh, touching your eyes, nose, and mouth, because hands touch many surfaces and can pick up the virus. So, once contaminated, hands can transfer the virus to your eyes, nose, and mouth. And from there, the virus can enter your body and can make you sick. Stay home if you feel unwell, if you have fever, cough, and if you face any difficulty in breathing. Seek medical attention and call your doctor in advance. This is indeed a very challenging time that we are going through. Um you have your household chores to do. You have to take care of your children, and also many of you must be working from home. So it's like, balancing and juggling between work, home, and children. And let me tell you something, that is, children are also going through a tough time. They are missing their school, they are not meeting their friends, they are unable to go for their activity classes, extracurricular classes. They are not able to move out of their house. Uh, they are not able to run around and play. Uh, so we need to be more cautious and ease their anxiety. For that, we need to be more supportive and give them more attention. It is important to reassure your children, listen to their concerns, and try answering their queries regarding the outbreak. Because, as all of you know, that children are aware of the things that are happening. Because when we are watching the news, or we are talking about this pandemic to someone or sharing the news, they do overhear, and they are aware. So if they have any queries, instead of hushing it up, I would request you all to answer their queries. And you can also ask your child what they would like to do. Uh, if they get to choose what they want to do, they feel that self confidence, and you will see that how well they perform that particular task. You may also sing for them, play some music, or copy their facial expressions, uh, exercise together, and give them small tasks to do, which will boost their confidence and they will feel good about it. Because usually in our day-to-day life, I don't think we get this much of opportunity and time to spend with our children. uh, we are actually rushing, so I think uh, this is a blessing in disguise that we are getting our time with our children, with our loved ones. So we can utilize it in the best possible way, and also uh, give children some kind of responsibility, because that makes them feel important. So you can engage them in some household chores, of course age appropriate household chores. You can ask them to fold the bed sheets with you. You can ask them to lay the table with you, which I think I tell most of the parents to do it, which has a feel good factor for the children. This is a time where they can develop the healthy habits, encourage them not to touch their mouth, face, and eyes, uh, make them wash their hands and maintain hygiene. You can make a 20-second song on hand wash, or sing the birthday song twice, which will solve the purpose. Praise them for regular washing of hands, and make a game to see how few times we can touch our faces. So that will be kind of a game, and children will definitely enjoy it. And in fact, it will be easier for you to, you know, constantly remind them about washing their hands. Keep a regular routine where possible. Include learning activities and relaxing or fun activities. Since the schools are closed at this time, learning should not stop. So give them some small assignments related to their lessons or a revision of the previous lessons taught. Of course, many schools are having their online classes. So, of course, these online classes are keeping them busy for a certain period of time. Make a schedule for you and your children, uh, which has structured activity as well as some free time. Because if we put too much of structured activities, the child will easily get bored. So with free time, the child will feel more secure and will definitely help them behave in a better way. Uh, Include some fun activities like I just mentioned, which the child enjoys doing. Engage them in indoor activities. You can make learning fun by giving them some kind of puzzles, or teaching them some craft work. And of course, you can encourage them to take up some hobby. And as I mentioned earlier, also uh, involve them in your household chores, so that will even ease out your work a bit. So remain calm and provide information in a reassuring way. It is better to give them the correct information as to what is happening around the world. You may make explanations creative through maybe a picture or a drawing, especially for small children. You can draw how the virus looks like, and can make a story out of it, uh, they will be able to relate to it in a better way. Be open and listen. Always allow children to talk freely, and be honest, and always answer their queries truthfully, rather than hushing up the matter. Be supportive, and your child may be scared or confused, so give them the space to share their feelings and let them know that you are there for them. Limit your family's exposure to news coverage of the event, including social media, because children may misinterpret what they hear or see, and can get frightened uh, regarding something that they don't understand. So we have to be extra cautious, and I think watching too much of news will make you depressed as well. So it is better to avoid watching the news very frequently. Of course, we have to be aware what is happening around our world, but we can do it uh, once in a day. I think that is more than enough. It is a stressful time for all of us, and especially for the children. So we need to teach them the coping skills, and it is quite natural for the child to get anxious. So avoid being judgmental when they express their feelings. Talk to them uh, using the emotional cues shown by them. I think it is better if you express, or if you tell them what kind of behavior is expected of them at this point of time. That will, in fact, give them a direction as to how to behave, and use positive words when telling your child what to do or what you expect them to do. And praise your child whenever they are behaving well. They may not show it, but you will see them doing it again and again. It will reassure them that you are actually uh, watching them, taking care of them, noticing them. Uh, Also, this is a new situation for them as well. So do not get irritated with them. Shouting at your child will make you and them more stressed out and make you angry. So speak to them in a calm voice. Uh, in fact, you can have a good family time, and by meditating and doing yoga together. Um, and I think it is normal for children to misbehave once in a while, because um, they are tired, they may be hungry, they may be afraid, and children always, they do not have the power to express themselves. So we have to be more patient, more calm with them. And if you see that they are getting too restless, and you cannot control them, it's better to distract them by doing something which is of their interest, or maybe some fun activity with them. Be a role model. If you practice safe distance and hygiene yourself, treat others with compassion, your children will learn it from you. Have a family time where all of you can have a meal together or play a game together after you're free from the household chores, which will help you to bond with your child, and they will feel confident, and it will reassure that you are there with them. You can involve your children and their friends in some fun activities which they can do together by staying connected virtually. Um, at the end of the day, uh, take a minute to think about the day, what all you will have done, and you can tell your child one fun thing or a positive thing that they did. That will in fact make them more confident, and they will look forward to the next day. Last but not the least, be supportive, be careful, be alert, be kind, and be ready to fight COVID-19. Together, we will definitely overcome this crisis situation. Thank you.